Hi Year 6, I've come to do a bit of spelling with you again, and this one is actually a pretty tricky one. I'll show you what it is, and then you will know straight away. I think straight away you'll go, oh yeah, it's a tricky one. O-U-G-H, it's a tricky one. O-U-G-H. Now I've put this mnemonic on for you. That means I've given you some pictures and a bit of an idea of a little rhyme that will help us to remember how to get the letters in the right order. So it's O-U-G-H, and we can remember, oh, you greedy hen, okay? Oh, you greedy hen. So we've got the letter O and the letter U that kind of make the words O and U. And then we've got G for greedy and H for hen. Oh, you greedy hen for O-U-G-H. Now, the reason that this is one of the trickiest spelling strings in the whole of the English language is because it can be used for so many different sounds. So it can be used in loads of words and in lots of different ways. So we're going to run through some of the different sounds that this can make. And all we can do really is practice it. So we've got, oh, you greedy hen, O-U-G-H. Here we go. O-U-G-H can make the final sound off, as in cough or trough. You can see it underlined there, can't you? So it can make an off sound. It can also make the final sound uff, as in rough, tough, or enough, which is funny because when you've got that f on the end, you often want to use the digraph, don't you? But not in some of these words. So these words, rough, tough, and enough, they use O-U-G-H, oh, you greedy hen, to make the uff sound. It can be used to make the final sound ow, as in bow or plough. Now that bow is a bow on a tree, not as in bowing down to a king. That's a homophone as well. So there's ow. So we've got off, uff, ow. O-U-G-H can make the final sound O as well, as in dough, though, or although. So that's already 4 different sounds. O-U-G-H can make the sound or when T is the final sound, when T is the final sound, as in naught, bought, fought, or brought. So you can see in this one that the O-U-G-H is making the or sound in the middle of the word, and then you've got the T on the end. Naught, bought, fought, or brought. So that's another one, 5. Now here, this one, as always with the English language, there's exceptions, isn't there? And this one is an exception to the rule that I've just told you about. This one is drought. And you can see it's got a T on the end. I've accidentally put that in red. It shouldn't be in red. It's got a T on the end, but it doesn't make the or sound like that one. It still makes the ow sound, even though it's got a T on the end. So drought is one of those words that's just an exception to the rule, drought. Just remember, drought is an exception. It's still O-U-G-H, got a T on the end, but it makes an ow sound, not an or sound. Tricky. O-U-G-H can make the final sound as well, as in borough or thorough, okay? And lastly, O-U-G-H can make the sound ooh, as in through. Okay, so that is a really quick rundown of all the different sounds that it can make. And as you can see on my screen, I've put up a bit of a paragraph for us to read through, and I've highlighted all the O-U-G-H words in red. But if we read through this together, we can see how many different ways there are to pronounce the O-U-G-H sound. So let's read it together. Although I brought enough dough, I thought I ought to end up with naught. The bread I baked was tough, felt rough, and made me cough. I looked through the window and saw the farmers thoroughly ploughing the fields. there had been a drought this year and the boughs on the tree had fallen down. Look, I have missed this one here. I've missed rough and I've missed through. I haven't done them in red for some reason. I missed them. But you can see just from that paragraph how many different ways there are to pronounce the O-U-G-H, oh, you greedy hen. Although has got the O sound. So that's one, the O. Can you see that question at the bottom? How many different pronunciations are there here? Although, we've got the O sound. Brought, we've got the O sound. Enough, we've got the uff sound. Dough, we've got the O again. Thought, or, ought, or again, to end up with naught, that's the or again. Naught is the same as saying nothing. The bread I baked was tough, so there we've got the uff sound again. Felt rough, there's the uff, and made me cough, there's the off sound. I looked through, ooh sound, the window and saw the farmers thoroughly ploughing, look at that, thoroughly, so there's that thorough, there's the in the middle there, thoroughly ploughing, there's the ow sound, the fields. There had been a drought this year and the boughs on the tree had fallen down. I mean, guys, this is actually just quite hard. But you know what? We can do it. Let's have a look at how many different pronunciations there are in there. So we've got the or sound, and there's a few words there with the or. We've got the O sound, although, do, though, ow, bow, plough, drought. And then that's the exception one where you put the T on the end of drought, but it still makes an ow sound. Uff, enough, rough, tough, off, cough and trough. Then we've got the sound, borough and thorough. Now, and then we've got the oo sound with through. Now, we can see from here which is the most common pronunciation, and it does look like from here that or is probably the most common way to pronounce the O-U-G-H. But as you can see, there are 7 different sounds that it makes. Just have a look at some of those words. We're going to practice them this week. So hopefully a bit of repetition and a bit of practice, we will remember how to use that O-U-G-H sound. Have a look at them because I've got a little bit of a game for us to play. Okay, so here it says, can you work out how to spell the missing words? You must cover your mouth if you, what's she doing? Cough. So it's going to be a k sound. We've got to decide whether it's a K or a C. I think it's going to be a C. And the cough, off. What 4 letters are we going to use to make the off sound in this word? O, you greedy hen, O-U-G-H. There it is. It makes the off sound, and you must cover your mouth if you cough. Can you work out how to spell the missing words here? At the pig farm, the something is always full. Anybody know what this is here? At the pig farm, saying farm twice. At the pig farm, the something is always full. Now this is called a trough. A trough. So we're going to have T-R, true, off. And how are we going to make that off sound? Well, we know that our spelling rule this week is O-U-G-H, so we'll go with that one, shall we? There you go. It's an off sound again. At the pig farm, the trough is always full. Okay, this time, the circle is smooth, the stone is, what's the opposite of smooth? The circle is smooth, the stone is rough. And how are we going to spell the word rough? Must begin with an R. We've got that sound at the beginning. Uff, uff. What letters are we going to use to make the uff sound in rough? I'll give you a clue. Oh, you greedy hen. There you go. O-U-G-H. The circle is smooth, the stone is rough. Perhaps it wouldn't be as bad as he... What's he doing? Perhaps it wouldn't be as bad as he thought. So we've got the or sound here, thought. What letters are we going to use? How are we going to spell that? Is T-H, or. How are we going to do that or sound in the middle? O-U-G-H, thought on the end. We need the T on the end as well. Let's check it. There we go. It's the or sound, and it's got that T on the end that gives us a clue that it makes the or sound in that word. Can you work out how to spell this one? The farmers had never experienced a like it. What can you see in the picture? The farmers had never experienced a... Now I've used this one because this is the exception to the rule, the way that you pronounce this one. The farmers have never experienced a drought like it. So it's going to be drought. D-R, ow, which is going to be O-U-G-H, oh, you greedy hen. And then we need the T on the end. Let's see. There we go. We've got it. So that's our little introduction to O-U-G-H, oh, you greedy hen. There are a lot of different pronunciations of this spelling. If you can get those letters in the right order, it's a good start, but we need to practice these to work out and try and remember which words you use O-U-G-H for. So that's what we'll be doing this week, and you have got different activities every day, and all we can do is practice, really. So if that feels a bit confusing and you want to skip back and watch this again, feel free, but let's get on with our little jobs for the week, and just little and often, I think we'll be able to remember some of this. So nice to see you all. I'll see you again on Friday for our spelling quiz, and let's see if you can get these words right then. Okay, good practicing. Happy practicing. See you soon.